GMSP. I'm Merson here with Peggy Kelly of the mighty Santa Paula. What is today's update on COVID-19?
Well, it's the numbers are going up, which is to be expected at this point, but we seem to not be going as high as some places, but it is rising. People have to be careful. They have to stay home. They have to wash their hands. Our numbers now, let me check, we're up to 149 active cases in Ventura County. There's 5 deaths and 2 more are being investigated as possible COVID-related deaths. It is going up, and it's actually, I'm checking my stats I get from the county health department. They've been very, very good about getting us the information, which is greatly appreciated. And let's see, they think that 33 cases of the total were community acquired, which means that might have just been out with people just out and not having contact with one person just catching it because they had been out. And then they have person to person acquired, which means that they've got somebody who they know is a COVID case and gave it to another person. That is 31. And then they've got another 77 cases that are being investigated as to how people came down with COVID-19. And then they've got 8 that they know are travel related. So before it used to be, everybody thought it was just travel related, and now that's just the start of it, and now it's more community related, which all goes back to staying home. That goes back to staying home.
It's traveled into our community is what's happened.
Yes. Now Santa Paula, excuse me, Santa Paula still remains at 2 cases.
Nice.
And that's good, and the larger cities, as to be expected, are the ones having the higher increases in the number of cases. Now, another thing that's emerging, which of course it's just taken on a different form, is they have the scam artists now are coming out in force. They're taking advantage of people's fears, and they're trying to sell everything. It's modern snake oil sales. They're trying to sell cures or things that will prevent you from getting the COVID-19. They're even soliciting for charities that they say are related to helping people with COVID-19 or to fund research. Don't give anything to anybody without double checking, and don't listen to phone solicitations, period. Just if you want to give, look up what you want to give to and go ahead and do that. At this point, there is no cure. There is no magic bullet as far as preventing it. They're still looking into those things, but at this point, nobody can be able to sell you anything, especially if they call you on the telephone. They're certainly not going to be able to sell you something that's going to take care of your ills or your woes or your fears, because that's what they're counting on, is people's fears.
Yeah. So I wonder, in Santa Paula, do you know of any people really want to donate some money or something? Anything local that you know of?
Well,
kind of a tough question.
Well, I mean, it is a tough question, because at this point, what they need is, we need our first responders, our doctors and our nurses need equipment. I'm still out there trying to get baby monitors, video monitors. They can be used, clean them up, let us know. We'll give you the directions of how to donate those. I know that the hospitals are gearing up. They're trying to find more beds. Ventura County has been in front of the curve because they were very proactive on this, but they're still thinking they're going to need more beds and add-ons and all sorts of things, and they are needing basic equipment. So the best thing you could do is maybe call, let's say, Ventura County Foundation, ask them which might be a good donation to make. Unfortunately, I don't have the number with me right now, but and they're listed, of course. They're on Facebook. You can get their number. Call them, see what they suggest. They would be a direct healthcare type of a fund to give to. Yeah. So I would say that's probably a good move right now.
Peg, I'm not going outside anymore or really traveling around town. I know you're going down to the office. What do you see as far as the traffic around Santa Paula? Does it seem like there's a lot fewer people, or kind of quiet, or
Oh,
what's?
there's hardly any cars out at all. I mean,
Oh,
on
nice.
Main Street is virtually deserted. You see a car here and there. You know, the banks, the walk-up windows are open. You know, things. You still go to the restaurants and take takeout and things like that, but there's
Yeah.
just no. It's virtually, and it makes me sad, but at the same time it makes me proud because people are listening and they are trying to
Yeah.
stop the spread of this virus.
Yeah, I think that's as they indicated by the numbers, our cases are holding steady, you know, at 2,
Yes.
which is great. Um, Probably, maybe you would think sooner or later we're going to get at least one more or something, but as long as we do our best to keep that number down, stop this thing in its tracks, at least in Santa Paula, that's what we want to do.
Yes. And as I've said before, it's especially important too for people to stay home because 80% of the people that have COVID virus will have very little or really no symptoms. So
Yeah.
you might think, okay, I'm fine and I'll just be careful, but you've got to always keep other people in mind because you
Yeah.
might have it and not know it and inadvertently spread it. And I know you wouldn't want to, none of us would want to do that.
Yeah.
So people have to keep in mind that 80% of the cases at this point in time are very mild cases and they might not ever even know they have COVID-19.
Yeah.
Which brings us to, excuse me, as I touch my face, which you're not supposed to do, but I had washed my hands. But testing. People still have to realize that they're only testing people that are symptomatic, that have some symptoms. There's not enough tests just because people think, well, I think I might have it. That's one thing if they have symptoms or if they're curious that maybe they've got it because they're tired of being cooped up. Don't try to get tested. You know, I mean, they do have a shortage of tests and they have to keep those tests for people that are showing the symptoms.
And that's why they're saying contact your healthcare provider and let them screen.
Moving around here.
They're saying contact your healthcare provider, let them and give them the information, let the healthcare provider screen and make the decision whether you should go get tested or not.
Exactly. Call your healthcare provider and discuss it with them, and they're the ones that open the door for you to go get tested. And if you have symptoms, don't hesitate. Go get tested. Call your doctor. If you don't have a doctor, call the county and discuss it with them, and they'll get you fixed up as long as you're symptomatic.
And I know from our own experience at our house, I've called my eye doctor because my regular scheduled checkup was postponed or canceled. But then I talked about the medications, and they consulted with the doctor, and they said no, just continue on and don't come in and see them. But they are there. My wife called their general doctor, and they're there. They're at the office. They're answering questions if you need help, just on your regular medications and so on. They're there to serve you. So
Absolutely.
and that's good. It's distancing, still getting what you need. So
yeah, absolutely. Now, one of the stories I had in the paper on a milder, happier note was I have an article in there this Wednesday by Dr. Roberto Vargas. And he was one of the organizers of what is the annual Cesar Chavez Memorial celebrations. And of course, they had to cancel those because of the COVID-19, the coronavirus. But they also this year were going to combine that with a salute to our beloved Big X, Xavier Montez, who passed away last month. And actually, it wasn't even last month, it was the month before. And they were going to have the big celebration. You know, he was a cultural icon throughout Ventura County and beyond. And everybody loved Big X, and he was such a brilliant musician and an artist and gave so much to people and children and things like that. But it's a very upbeat article by Roberto about what it means every year and it's colorful just reading it. So it's enjoyable. Nice. I appreciate that he gave us that to run. And of course, we've got the latest COVID news. We've got a picture of the warning statue wearing its mask.
I saw that.
Did you see that? Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and of course the warning was the motorcycle officers that were part of the hero, all the heroes of the St. Francis Dam disaster. And, you know, they get decorated for all sorts of different things, holidays and things. And now they're out there wearing masks, warning people, you know, they're still warning people and to be careful and to help themselves and get out of the way. So that's
good.
fun. Yeah, it is. It is.
Well,
That's
yeah.
the spirit of Santa Paula is really,
Yeah.
you know, we're fighters and we always punch our way out of things one way or the other. Okay.
Okay, Peggy. Well, thank you, and thanks for your update. And just shout out to people and appeal, please, if you can, go to kadytv.net and just hit the subscribe button. There's no cost to you, and that'll help us get our 1,000 subscribers so that we can start live streaming these conference calls that we're having and so on.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And thank you
Okay,
guys so much. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
Take care. Stay well.
We will.